Hi, this is Dhruv,
And this is John.
and this is week 25 of the devlog.
Yeah, so this week Dhruv is back from Texas finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really nice to be working on things with someone to work with. And this week we are not going to be talking about the devlog. It seems like a very small amount of people actually do enjoy it. So this week we're gonna go back to our topic conversation, and this week we are going to talk about what makes a world alive, a virtual world alive. And first of all, I'm going to say that I actually don't think players care that the world feels alive. And tell us what you guys think, obviously, and down in the comments, and let us know if you like or dislike it. And you guys can also click the like and dislike button. It helps us a lot if you guys do engage with it. So what do you think? Do you think players care?
I definitely think players care. As a player myself, as a small-time player myself, I guess, I do care, I think, about the world. Personally, I think the most important thing about making a world feel alive is the sound. I think sound design is the footsteps walking, for example, and the music, the atmosphere, I think makes all the difference when you see a world feel alive. I think you can take Hollow Knight, for example. It has such amazing sound design. But a lot of even narrative games that aren't exploration based or don't necessarily have a lot of, I guess, content outside of the narrative, they go off of sound. And I think sound is probably, in my opinion, the most important thing.
I think sound is linked to immersion. So pretty much as immersion is what makes the world alive.
Yeah, definitely. I think so. I think immersion is very important to make a world feel alive.
Do you think immersion makes a game fun? Like, for example, can you make a world like you can go out and then you can hear everything, but there's no gameplay? Do you think that would be fun? Do you think that can replace fun? Actually, that's probably a better question.
As in just sound replacing?
Yeah,
Like a game with just sound.
I think there's a game called Dear Esther, and is it Dear Esther? Yeah, it's Dear Esther, and then the whole game is poetry, but without poetry, it's just you walking, and that's it.
No, screw that. No, I don't think that's a game. But I mean, I guess that's my opinion. But I don't think that a walking simulator per se is a game. I would say that's more like a visual novel, or I guess like that would be the closest, or maybe just a technology experiment. I guess if you do it in VR, it could be cool, but I just don't see that as a traditional game. In VR, I can see like a Sword Art Online type of situation where you have these really nice environments.
So let's say I think it's called Undertale, right?
Yeah.
Undertale, when you are not dealing with NPCs, when you're just walking around the world, it's actually quite lifeless, in my opinion. You know, you're either solving problems and what I got out of that is when your mind's focused on something, the immersion actually doesn't matter that much.
So Undertale's a weird game. I feel like it has so much immersion, but
only when you talk to the NPCs, though.
Yeah, but that's why, because it's kind of like, so first of all, Undertale I think has really good sound design. Also, it doesn't seem like there's that much involved, but just the talking sound, and then the way the NPCs animate, and then just the sound around that, I think is really great. But itself, whenever you talk to the NPCs, you get immersed into the world. I feel like with Undertale, it's not that all the time. I think when you are all the time given all this visual stimulation, it might actually take you out a little bit, because that doesn't happen in real life. In real life, you see things it's boring most of the time, or things just kind of like pass your vision, and then there's interesting stuff. And then when a game kind of does that, I think it immerses you more.
Let's say so aside from voice, sound, which is what you're focusing on a lot, and even let's say immersion.
Yeah.
What other ways? Like, for example, in Brave Eduardo, our way to create life is we have wildlife. We have wildlife. So we have Rabos, we have Giz, we have a Raiko now, and then they are little things that do not affect gameplay, but affects you, Eduardo's movement, or can kind of change up the combat a little bit, but they're not the focus. And plus, in how they interact with the environment. Is that actually helpful? Is that actually things that make things alive? It's not sound. It doesn't help. Well, I don't even know if you can call that immersion, because in real life we don't have Rabos or Raikos. So what do you think that actually helps make a world?
I don't know. We might be spending all this time not actually doing anything, not actually making it. I haven't seen it in the game yet, so I can't say. From what I've seen in Zelda Breath of the Wild, which I was very immersed into, the wildlife added some amount of realism to the forest itself. It added this way of kind of like, I always have something to look at or to kind of to do while I'm roaming through this place. It wasn't really, let's say, immersion necessarily, but it was a way to kind of distract you as you're playing.
So okay, so it sounds like is wildlife gives the environment kind of a story or reasons to be, because they also deal with the environment, and then that kind of makes it so you're not just walking in a lifeless decoration, lifeless background, but rather a place where life can exist, and so that's some sort of immersion, right? So in general, what I'm hearing is life, making a world alive, is all about immersion.
Yes, I think I believe that to be true.
Okay. Huh. I wonder if when you have, like, let's say Dynasty Warriors, when you just hack and slash and kill and all that stuff, and then you're so focused on something, I wonder how much wildlife actually matters. So what I'm trying to get at is, I feel like immersion and life-like immersion is only necessary if there are boring parts in the game where there's not much things happen.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, okay, so immersion, I think, makes a world feel alive, but immersion isn't needed for a game to be fun. So there's plenty of phone games and stuff that don't have any immersion. It's just a ball on a road that are super duper fun, or like Flappy Bird or something. But when you have immersion, or even a little bit of it, if you just look at Mario, right? Like there's not much immersion in Mario, but just having the character there and being a plumber, and then that creates just that little bit of kind of connection to the character, and that was all it took for Mario to really take off. So I think having a little bit of immersion always helps, but it's not necessary.
Okay, well, we have to wrap up, and here's a very quick yes or no question. A game that's really good immersion but very big highlight versus a game only highlights, so all, like, you know, all the hyped up events or like fighting and all stuff, but zero immersion, which one would you choose? That's not a yes or no, that's a 1 or 2. Sorry about that.
Yeah, 1 or 2. I think I would actually probably choose the highlight one, to be honest. Right now, as a gamer, I would probably choose the highlight one.
You know, as much as I say the other one, I actually would choose the immersion one. So what do you guys think?
Yeah,
let us know in the comment, and like the button, and it will really help us out. So that should be all.
Yeah.
All right, we'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye.